You are now
listening to Radio
City Podcast.
Hello and welcome to Radio City Podcast. Radio City is a project run by Media Education and North Edinburgh Arts for young people between the ages of 14 and 21 years old. The course has developed skills in radio, sound design and music.
Radio City, where young people talk... Well, let me just say... Radio City, where young people talk about what they talk about. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? I'm Joshua Bisson, host, creator, extraordinaire, inventor.
He's been on 2 episodes.
Yeah, I've been on 2 episodes. The one I did last time was really bad. Don't tell the people who are on it.
They're going to listen to
They
this.
probably won't listen to this, let's be honest.
Okay, yeah, true.
Okay. But, I mean, I love those guys. I love you, Connor, if you're listening, but it's a bad episode. But anyway, this week, I'm joined by... I'm joined by Kaitlyn. How you doing, Kaitlyn?
Good.
I'm also joined by another young person, but he's turning 21. And his name is Sean Scallion.
Bonjour.
He's from the south of Wales, as you can tell from his accent. And we're also joined by a special guest this week. He's not a very young person.
No,
He's the youngest out of all of us.
in his mind, he's the youngest out of all of us. I think, age-wise, he's I think experience-wise, he's older than all of us combined.
Yeah. We have Sir David Lynch.
Is he Sir? Are you a Sir David? I don't know. I just got to the palace one day, and the Queen just came up to me and said, "Hey, how would you like to be knighted, Mr. Lynch?" And I tell her, "That's nice and all, but I don't want to be knighted. There's no point."
Mr. David Lynch, are you saying that the Queen has seen Blue Velvet?
I don't think she has, no. I don't think she has the time for that sort of thing.
What does she do in her spare time?
Sitting on a throne.
Yeah, but how does that work?
Doesn't she sit on her throne with corgis?
Yeah, well, that's cool. But so does I Hate Everything, the YouTuber. So
Yeah, they're the same person.
yeah, did you not know that? David Lynch, did you know that?
Who is I Hate Everything?
He's this great YouTuber. He hates everything.
He sounds like a very negative person.
He's very positive, I swear.
He's a negative person. Remember to flag all of his videos.
I don't
Topical.
I don't think I will. I do not know the YouTubes.
Well, I mean, you don't know the YouTubes, but don't you have a YouTube channel, David Lynch? I don't know if you do, actually.
I don't think I do. I'm not too sure. I tend to do things that comes to my mind a lot. But for instance, when I decided to create Mulholland Drive, I just wanted to make something that was insane. And it was pretty good. Mm-hmm. Personally, Mr. Lynch, I really liked Mulholland Drive. It was pretty good. Not as good as Blue Velvet, in my opinion. And not as good as Lost Highway, even not as good as Twin Peaks. But honestly, I just want to say, sir, that you are a fantastic director. And I think it's really, really good. But Blue Velvet's like my thing. Why, thank you very much, young man.
I've got a question for you about Twin Peaks. Who is Mark Frost, and what does he do?
Mark Frost, I believe he's a good friend of mine. He wrote books for a while, a lot of crime stuff.
Right.
But I pitched my show to ABC or CBS, I can't remember. When I pitched it to one of those two, they were like, "Oh, cool, that's awesome. You need a partner, though." And I'm like, "Okay." So I found Mark. I told him about this, and he was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll help out with it." And then we made Twin Peaks. I came up with most of the brickwork for it while he came in and said, Hey, David, I have an idea for season 2. The owls are not what they seem. I thought that was amazing. It was perfect, so we wrote it down together.
I've got a question about the owls because the thing is, owls are actually an Illuminati symbol. Why did you use them in Twin Peaks?
Why do you think I used them?
Oh yeah, I forgot Mark Frost wrote the owls.
But why do you think I used them?
I mean, that's not a question. I don't know how to answer that.
I ain't telling you squat, young
He's
man.
part of the Owl Illuminati.
Ooh, that's a good one. I've got one more question for you before you leave today. About the new season of Twin Peaks. My question is why? Why?
Oh, you mean why it was made or what the ending?
Spoilers.
I mean, this fine lady here. That sounds a really creepy.
That really
This
did.
fine lady here has not seen Twin Peaks season 3.
Oh.
Because she's uncultured. And I was just wondering, why? Why?
Because one, the fan base really wanted to see it, so we made it for them. So we love you and you're welcome. But but as for the ending, I'm not too sure. I think what happened was that the finished script must have got caught in got lost in the wind somewhere. I was walking out of my house in my pajamas, and I was going to go to the showtime and show them the script. I lost one page. It fell out of my car, and I was driving. I gave it to them. They read it. They were like, "Wow, David, what does this all mean?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? There's a clear explanation at the end." And they're like, "We don't see it."
This doesn't really have spoilers, but my question to you is, why did you have a 20-minute driving scene in the last episode? Like, it was just driving? Like, why? That's like an entire episode of Peep Show, you know? Like, why?
Because I like cars. I like driving. It relaxes me.
Okay, but I still, that's not an answer to my question, David.
It is an answer to your question, young man.
Shut up, David. That's not an answer
Do not
to my
talk to me rudely, young man.
Josh,
What
don't
happens?
argue with our special guest.
Josh, will you please stop arguing with David Lynch, okay? It's David Lynch, the god and savior of film. Up there with the greats like Spielberg and Tarantino. Don't talk down to him. Like,
Will
don't
you direct
argue.
my Snapchat story, David Lynch?
What?
Will you direct my Snapchat story?
That depends. Could I be in charge of it?
Yeah, you'd film me walking around like Edinburgh, meeting up with Sean, and then getting here, you know, and also like going to Starbucks with Sean, getting my pumpkin spice latte, you know, doing all those things. But could you like add a little bit of Lynch magic to it?
I will, as long as I'm able to resurrect Dennis Hopper and put him in your movie. That will be fantastic.
That's genuinely impossible. Wait, are you saying that you have satanic powers, David?
Yes, I did. Why else should you think we brought Frank Silva back as a ball in season 3?
Well,
of
I
Twin
thought that was
Peaks?
just written in his will. It said Frank Silva wants to be in a ball.
Oh no, the will testament for one of the actors was that I don't know. There was a lot of weird testaments that people had.
Could you do some satanic magic on my friend Kaitlyn here?
Well, I'm already, I already have enough satanic magic as it is. Don't need any done on me.
Do some satanic magic on her
Please,
right now. Do
please.
it.
I'm part of the Illuminati. They'll get mad. It'll all be chaos.
Well, it's kind of weird for the Illuminati to get angry about you doing satanic magic, isn't that?
No,
their
they're just
thing?
angry about it being done on us. It's like it's a whole Illuminati thing. We've got our
Okay,
own
sorry, I
satanic
forgot.
magic. It's fine. Just satanic magic rivalry.
Okay, okay. Do it on me then.
Okay, okay, let me think about it. 1 second. David, where are you going? David, he's going to the corner. David, what are you doing over there, David? David! Oh, I think he's doing something. Oh, here he comes. Respect my visions.
I will respect your visions.
There we go. That's my satanic magic done. Okay, listen, I need to get out of here. I'm sorry that we had to cut this short. Mostly because I'm busy. I'm making new art today, and I'm making music. I have a new album coming out. It's going to be called The Trees of Wonder and Fulfillment and Meditations. Jerry Seinfeld edition.
Oh yeah, I forgot Jerry Seinfeld and Russell Brand are in your like little cult. I mean meditation.
It's not
thing.
a cult. It's a meditation club. We have other people in there too. Secret people that we can't admit. I'm pretty sure Ryan Gosling was there at one point.
Wait a second, Kaitlyn. You're a member of the Illuminati, and you're also a member of that meditation thing. Wait a second. Is David Lynch's meditation thing the Illuminati?
Yes.
Oh God, she revealed your secrets, David. How do you feel?
I don't care.
I mean, it's going to come out eventually, you know, how it is. People exposing things for the Illuminati.
I don't care. I've got bigger fish to fry. Now, in this case, I'm gonna go back. I'm pretty sure the David Bowie teapot I morphed is starting to get mad again. I'll be back soon. Goodbye. Oh my God, he evaporated.
He evaporated.
Yeah, he just disappeared right in front of me.
God.
That's amazing. I need to applaud that. That's amazing.
Yeah, okay, well done. The great David Lynch, everybody. Anyway, back to our subject. That was 9 minutes of our podcast. With David Lynch, writer and director of Twin Peaks and Blue Velvet, and that's all I know of it. Eraserhead?
Yeah, Razorhead.
Elephant Man?
Yeah, Elephant Man.
Just
Lost
anything
Highway.
weird, really.
Yeah.
Well, there's Tim Burton weird.
Did he direct Don't Hug Me, I'm
that's
Scared?
Different kind of weird.
Yeah.
Did he direct Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared?
No.
No, he had no involvement in that.
What about Too Many Cooks? Well, you said anything weird. What about
Those
Welcome
are
to Night
completely
Vale?
normal, Josh. Those are all completely normal things, Josh.
Well, you remember the Illuminati? Of course they're normal to you.
Yeah. Yes, it is normal. This is
Mm.
just daily stuff. Jeez.
Okay, fine. Well, next time you give me a curse for my birthday where I lose one of my limbs and then get it back at the end of the night. Well, you know, that was funny for you, right? But I was really worried.
Well, fine. I'll just, do it with your hair or something this time. Jeez.
Do it with my hair. I like my hair, man.
It's great
Don't
hair.
take away my hair.
I have a lack of it. That's my contribution.
Oh
to
my
hair.
god. Caitlyn, did you magic off Sean's hair?
No, I don't know. I just wake up one morning and when I wake up sometimes there's no hair. I think, oh wow, no hair.
Ah, well.
I don't know. I'm pretty tired right now. This is what happens to my brain when I get really tired. As stuff spews out.
Yeah, stuff spews out.
So, what do we got to talk about right now?
Well, what are we going to talk about right now? We've got a couple things here. We've got,
A couple means two. We've got more than two.
Oh, yeah, we've got
Don't worry.
Sorry,
couple
we've got
of things.
stuff. We've got stuff. We've got stuff here to talk
a
about.
couple of things. Is that not, like, a couple is
No,
just two?
yeah, a couple is just that you've got two
Okay,
things.
we've got a lot of things then.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've got, let's pick one of them. So let's get into childhood trauma.
Hooray!
I have a fun story to do with this that I almost told earlier.
Yeah, Josh built up his one. He had to go to therapy for one, and I'm not really excited
Therapy.
to hear this.
I mean, it was kind of like therapy. I mean, it was kind of like a what you call well, it was kind of like therapy. It was like a sleep thing, right? So like, I didn't sleep because of this. I couldn't sleep until I was like properly until I was like 12 because I was like so scared of falling asleep because I used to have like night terrors. Did any of you have that? Where you'd like hallucinate things in the night? Like so what traumatized me? Oh, we'll get to your story in a second, right?
Yeah, mine is
okay.
less
So
cool now.
I've got two things, right? Okay, so first off, the one thing that traumatized me as a really young little boy was that Teletubbies episode with the no.
I wasn't allowed to watch Teletubbies as a kid.
Okay.
So I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, there was this bit, or maybe this was why, right? So, was it because Tinky Winky's gay purse? Was he worried about?
No, it's
was he
the-
worried about Teletubbies turning you gay?
No,
We cannot let you watch this, child. Look at that purse.
I mean, you're
it was-
bisexual, so it must have worked somehow. Did you see a Teletubby and you were like,
I can't. I don't know what to like more.
no, it was because it could have affected my speech, and as we can tell, I didn't watch it, and I speak moderately okay.
That's okay. I spoke in tongue when I was a kid. When I was a kid too. I'm very sure I had a Bible for my head at one point for speaking in tongue, but you know.
Well, I mean, I guess Teletubbies would stop the Illuminati indoctrination.
Exactly, it's awful,
But
ban it.
whatever. But anyway, I used to have these night terrors where I was scared. Okay, so of course there's the thing with the Teletubbies, which was this there was this bit with a like a bear, and it was like, I'm the bear. I go over there. I go over here, and it was absolutely terrifying. Just not funny. It's absolutely terrifying.
Was it? Did they use like early CGI, like really
No,
bad?
they didn't use
shots?
CGI. It was like made of like wood, and like it had wheels.
Oh no!
I think it was on a skateboard, and then there was like also a lion, but that wasn't like as scary.
So
And this gave you night terrors.
well, not that actually. Mario 64. So there's this thing, right? Well, actually, there was a couple things that, like, because like there would always be like a new thing that would freak me out. So like I was scared of. Okay, so a couple things from Mario 64. So you know that bit in Mario 64 where you're running down the hallway and then there's that picture of Peach turns into Bowser.
I've not played it.
Well, maybe you should get some culture, Kaitlyn.
Should I keep
but-
a tally of the amount of times Josh calls me
I
uncultured?
think that was the second time.
I think that was the second time. Yeah, so two. But then you run down the hallway, and then the picture of Princess Peach, precious Princess Peach, turns into Bowser.
Well, yeah, I remember that. That was pretty. I remember like
That freaked me out.
I laughed at that when I was a kid, mostly because it's the laugh there. Like, remember, like you walk up and you hear a and it was
Yeah,
like,
and when you fall down, yeah. Well, Mario 64 was one of my first games, as I think I've said multiple times before, but not on this, in real life. But you run down that hallway, and then the Bowser thing, that really freaked me out, and then you fall down the hole. But there's also the Haunted Mansion level in that, when there's this eyeball that swivels around. And my night terrors would be, I'd wake up in the middle of the night and there'd be a giant eye at the end of my room. I mean, maybe that was the Illuminati indoctrination.
I'm kind of thinking like of a combining them, like maybe like you have that skateboarding bear coming on, like, hello there, I'm the bear.
That was kind of
And
in there
all of a
too.
sudden-
I think. That's why I shut my window curtains, because I was worried it would like come up against the window.
It starts floating on a skateboard by a window. Hello,
Yeah,
Josh.
I'd be really freaked
Watch
out.
out for the eyes.
But yeah, no, but there was that, and it wasn't just that. There was other things as well. There was the bear thing, but also like when I got older, it'd be other things. Like I was scared of when I was a lot older. I was scared of glitches for some reason. Like I didn't like things going wrong. This sounds really weird. You know?
I think
I'm admitting this to
I
you.
don't think you're the only one who has like a fear of things going wrong. There's probably a lot of people who have like have a fear of it.
but it's
I
weird.
have that with real life. So.
Yeah, I mean,
So
like
do-
I think everyone has that with real life.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
do
no
people-
one wants things to go wrong. I mean, some people do. The Illuminati do.
But hey, no, we don't.
Well, you did so many of the things. You know, you did all the bad things.
Okay, some of that is lies.
Is lies spread by the mainstream media?
Yes, it was.
Fake news. No.
The Illuminati are great. Join us.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
yeah.
I'm good. I'm good at being part of my Cthulhu classes.
Cthulhu classes.
Yeah, I go to Cthulhu studies like after
Oh,
college.
Cthulhu
It's why
studies.
it's why I secretly go to the tram while like constantly like looking around me, so no one like notices I go into a secret tram or a secret organization where we talk about Cthulhu studies. I mean, you won't believe who's there. I think we saw like I don't know, Edgar Wright there at one point. I was like, wow, Edgar Wright, you believe in Cthulhu too? And he was like, no, I just like to learn stuff. And it's like, okay, that's cool.
Well, I mean, that's fair enough. I mean,
Yeah.
you can have like pass for certain people if they join the Illuminati or a Cthulhu cult, because you're like, well, that's bad and all, but your movies are so good.
Yeah,
you know?
I love your movies.
I know they're like slowly indoctrinating me and brainwashing me into believing like in the and believing that the Illuminati is God, and maybe they are, but
I think that's more me that's doing that, but
well, I mean, you're in the Illuminati, and so are the people who are making the movies, and
Yeah.
like, I mean,
that's why I want to be a filmmaker.
how that being said, like, you're in the Illuminati, so how's Miley Cyrus doing?
She's not part of us. We kicked her out.
Wait, then why did she use it in all of her songs and stuff?
Was this when she stopped twerking?
Yeah. She's been using it out of spite. She's pretending she does. It's really annoying.
Oh.
I can just imagine like her twerking, and I did like some sort of like music video. Her head slowly turning around, looking at like the camera, dead on, like at the Illuminati. the ass is still twiggling, but the face doesn't move at all. It's just a still dead face looking at the camera, all like.
I mean, you guys get a bad rap. Like, everyone says that Kesha isn't with you guys.
Okay, no, we have standards.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh come on, that's a bit harsh.
I mean, Kesha's quite good. I mean, remember that? Did she do the one where she was like, tick-tock on the clock, the party don't stop anymore?
no.
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 But anyway,
Bad.
back to childhood trauma.
Yeah. I think that counts.
Well, I mean, like, I was scared of it, like,
Yeah.
a bit in the Ratchet and Clank game, where, like, these, like, the things that come attack you would sometimes just freeze in spot, and I'd be like, that's so scary. And then, like, I had to go to sleep things, and they were like, and in the end, what worked was, they kind of bribed me. So like if I slept without disturbing everyone in the night, I would get paid 15 quid. And yeah, that's why that happened. You see, money makes the world go round, and I wanted that bloody Lego set, so
So like it was like prostitution, but except you didn't have to sleep with anyone. It was just like sleep for
that's
£15
not creepy at all.
He was a child, Sean.
Wait, what?
I was a child, Sean. You didn't have to say that, You didn't have to take it to that level,
It's a thing I do. I take things to an extreme.
Yeah, I mean, okay, but that's my childhood trauma. We got it fixed in the end when I was about 12, and then I slept soundly because of money, and that's what the Illuminati want, really. They want you to sleep soundly because of money.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, why on the dollar bill in America? I think it's a dollar bill. There's an Illuminati on the back.
I don't know. I'm part of the British branch of the Illuminati. That's kind of. They're different.
Did they do Brexit?
No, we didn't. We're against it, anyways.
Right. Okay.
We don't have that kind of power.
Of course. Are the Illuminati on the left or the right? Or are they on the center? In the center?
We don't care about politics. We just want to brainwash you.
Right? Okay. You don't care about politics, and except from you like orchestrated like really big political things, like you assassinated JFK. Like, how is that not about politics?
That wasn't actually us. That was
The Cthulhu cult?
yeah. Gee, Sean.
I was not responsible for that. I wasn't even aware of this. I'm not even a part of their cult. I just turn up there and they're just like, who's this jerk off? And I was going, I'm learning about Cthulhu. He seems like a cool dude. Okay.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
your childhood trauma, Kaitlyn?
Well, right. See, I had this weird thing when I was a kid where if something scared me, I'd love it. Like, if any of you guys have seen the film Dark Crystal, you know the bird
that's
creature
creepy.
things? They terrified me, and I wouldn't stop watching Dark Crystal. It's one of my favorite films. It still is.
It's not even a very good movie.
I know, but it just creeped me out, so I liked it, and now I get nostalgic over it. So
well-
I get nostalgic over fear.
At least you didn't get I think sometimes people get fetishes for the stuff that creeped them out. So at least you didn't get a fetish for the bird thing.
Oh, wait, hang on, Josh, are you...
I'm not scared. I'm not. No. I do not have a fetish for eyeballs and glitches.
I was just gonna say, do glitches
Yeah,
are
but-
like when
And a bear on a skateboard.
like if you play Red Dead Redemption, the horses glitch in that game, do you suddenly just stop and go, oh my god, yes?
No, what scares me now is conspiracy theories, as I've said before. I'm really scared about the Illuminati. 'Cause
Wow, okay, I'm a great person.
I know
don't
you're a great
why
person.
you'd be scared of me.
Well, I just know that the Illuminati, they did the JFK thing and all the other bad things.
See, the thing is, I have a quite hot twist here. We're not real.
What?
We're not real.
And who are you?
See, we'll get onto that existentialism later.
Oh.
Oh, the Illuminati aren't real? Then what about David Lynch?
He's not real.
Oh,
either.
he's David Lynch. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure he just birthed. He just formed out of something.
He is an all-seeing god.
Hello.
He was think the origin of Superman, but except I'm pretty sure he didn't come from a planet.
Yeah.
It's more like the odd life of Timothy Green. He just sort of came up from the ground. The parents adopted him, and then he pretty much just became. And then he was getting older and older. I'm pretty sure when they have a funeral, it's not going to be like a casket or anything. It's just going to be he's just going to turn to a seed. They're going to put it on a little candle. Sorry, not a candle. They're going to put it on a little table at the funeral.
Yeah.
Be like, this man here was he's amazing.
Either that or he's like a phoenix, and then once he gets to the end of the lifetime, he'll just shoot into the sun and come back.
I'm just imagining him going, oh!
He'll come back down. The stuff he'll make will be even more insane.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I mean, dude, I think yeah, that went nowhere. I was just going, yeah.
Ever
I think,
since the
yeah.
dawn of time, David Lynch has existed with his ideas.
Yeah, I mean, it's that you can decide for yourself if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I personally think it's a good thing.
I think to some people it'll be more of a pretentious thing. I don't think people like him that much.
Yeah. Why do people don't like him? I mean,
Well-
we had him in here earlier. He was lovely. Apart
Yeah.
from when he tried to do satanic magic on Kaitlyn.
That was your fault, but
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I
Okay,
think before,
fine.
I think before the podcast today, I was having a discussion with him, and he sort of we just sort of talked about Dennis Hopper.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, Hopper was very, very lovely, even though I kind of figured he was playing himself in Blue Velvet, which would be terrifying.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Your childhood trauma.
yeah, my
we haven't
childhood
got to that
trauma.
yet.
Oh boy, I have a bunch of
Hang on. Hang on, you mentioned the whole fetishes thing earlier. Did you mention that because of I just want to clarify the Josh doesn't have the whole bear thing.
I don't have a fetish for bears.
I didn't. Oh, none of them spawned into anything weird.
Good.
Josh.
Oh wow.
Not some of them more or less I more went oh boy because some of them are really stupid.
Yeah.
Looking back at them, I just sort of think they're really stupid.
I don't know. The only thing I had was Dark Crystal, and that's it. That's the only thing I've ever been scared of, except for dogs.
Why would you be scared of dogs?
Don't.
They're
just,
great.
Let's not get
She's
into
got
this.
a good point. I mean, don't get me wrong. I own 3 of them. They're lovely, but they are too much to handle. So
I just have a phobia. Okay.
that's okay. I'm not gonna call you an idiot.
That's fair enough, Kaitlyn.
Once a kid at my school yelled when we were talking about our fears, and I said, "Oh, I have a phobia of dogs." He just yelled, "Well, they don't like you either."
This kid's going places. I don't like dogs.
yeah.
How dare you?
Well, no, it's I didn't say I didn't like them. I just said I had a phobia of them, and I was like, "That's not close to what I said, but okay.
That's the best response I've ever heard ever.
Yeah, that's great.
It really wasn't.
So I think the next time someone goes, I have a phobia of spiders, I'll just turn around and go, well, they don't like you probably. They have a phobia of you.
If someone says they don't like spiders, just like get a spider and just fling it on their head, you know.
Just get a fake one, just throw it at them.
Yeah.
So yeah, the childhood fears I have, some of them range from like stupid, like from silly to like genuine. Like, I mean, I would, like, one, like, you've heard of, like, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie, I don't really like that movie as much. Like, not because of the reason of the fear, just because I don't have a. It's not really one of my favorite movies. And like, I remember watching as a kid. And there was like a character in that film that scared me like a lot. It's because like, and he was played by Christopher Lloyd, so that didn't really help matters. He was the villain of the film. Like, I think he played Count Doom in the movie, and like there was a scene where like I think it gets flattened by a steamroller or something.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
like
that,
he gets back up, and that's already kind of frightening because the animation looks very like horrifying. And then like he goes to like some sort of helium, blows himself back up, and then like his eyes fall out. And then after that, he turns around. You have these cartoon eyes and these crazy hair, and then his voice gets higher and higher, and it was the most horrifying thing I've seen as a kid.
Apparently, like a lot of people have that as their, childhood trauma.
That and that episode of Pingu.
What episode of Pingu?
You know, the one where the walrus comes up. Is that walrus?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh right, I've seen a
And
clip
he goes,
of that.
I'm pretty sure that's where Kevin Smith got his inspiration for Tusk. He was smoking weed and saw the episode and thought, man, this would make a good movie. He called up one of the producers, hey guys, I have an idea for a movie. You remember the episode of Pingu? The one with the giant walrus? Yeah, that with human skin. But yeah, that was like, Roger Rabbit was one of them. The rest of it was okay, but like that part definitely got to me.
I've never seen Roger Rabbit, but I was worried that you were going to be like scared of the like lady. Like, too big a breast for me.
I don't know. I'd probably that didn't like horrify me that much. One that I definitely like. This one is the really stupid one. The opening of Monsters Inc. scared me.
Oh yeah, that's
like
scary.
Not because of like it's because of the combination of the tension in the opening, and then like when the kid wakes up, and like he screams at the monster screams back at him in fear, and then like the monster starts getting like in these horrifically comedical situations. Now it's like in like a comedic sense, it's fine to look at, but as a kid, it horrified me because it was like this intense situation. Two of them are screaming at each other, so it's kind of, and then like it just continued, and like from there it kind of scared me. I don't really know why. I think it was because the screams that they had were like really genuine, so I kind of like thought to myself, my god, they must
You're just reminded me. I didn't the first like couple. I could be saying this wrong. The like we went into the cinema to see Bolt. I don't know when Bolt was released. So
2008, I think it was released.
2008. So I was like 7. And we went in to see Bolt and in cinemas, and I remember finding the beginning part for some reason really scary. There's nothing scary about it. I mean, like just the bit when they're on the phone because it's like so dramatic, and I was like, I can't handle this, Mom. We gotta get out.
Get out. Was it? I was just gonna say, was it the Macho Man bodyguard that was voiced by Macho Man Randy Savage? Just like, oh yeah, John Travolta dog, oh yeah. And
I don't know.
Slim Jim.
I really love that movie. Actually,
yeah, it's pretty good.
I have never seen it.
It's pretty good.
It's about a dog. So.
I don't think I'll be good with that.
I'll give you an elevator pitch of it. It's about a dog. It's about like a TV star dog who thinks he's a superhero, but he's not.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, isn't it?
Right. Okay.
And comedy ensues.
I try to think of other ones because I do remember having some really strange ones like in mind, but I can't really remember.
I'm now like kind of scared that as my brother grows up, I'm going to show him films accidentally that's just going to traumatize him for the rest of his life.
Actually, no, I think I thought of one.
That too.
Yeah. This one, I think actually no. This one I thought of as the kicker. I mean, this one's the kicker for me. Do you remember the Polar Express?
I remember
that. That movie's kind of like in the uncanny valley.
I didn't like that film as a kid because the animation was weird.
This contributes to it. Like, don't get me wrong. Now it's not. In my mind, and I'm sorry for those who are listening who are like, "Hey, that movie's great." It's not.
It's a bad movie.
It's one of Robert Zemeckis' weaker films. I mean, I appreciate like he was experimenting with the whole motion capture thing, but it's not that great. But when it came, there was a scene in that movie where I think you have this homeless character who lives on the train. I think by the end it's established he's some sort of like ghostly figure or some sort of like apparition of the kid, and like there's a scene where like, I think someone loses their ticket or somebody loses something, and the boy the boy has to go I think has to go through a cart in order to get to this location or something. And it starts off okay, like it's all bright, it's all colourful. Then he gets into this one, which is filled with puppets.
Oh god.
And they're already, the animation looks really creepy. Everybody in the film looks really plastic and kind of scary. So he walks in there and it's darkly lit, and it's like really, really weird to look at. And I saw this at the cinema, so this was like pretty terrifying, considering that you had like the big screen, the loud audio. This is after, I think this pretty much caused me to have a fear of the cinema for a while. So I couldn't go see a movie at the cinema for ages because of it.
I didn't like seeing movies in cinemas for a while because I was like scared of loudness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that, but it's like, I don't know, I did like going to the cinema because it meant no one would disturb me when I was watching films when I was younger, whereas people would like talk throughout them when I was like actually watching them at home, and I'd just be like, shut up, I want to watch the film.
Some people did that when I went to see The Hobbit, like the second part, and it was really annoying.
So anyway, with this scene, that what happens is like I think he goes through, and then like you see all these creepy faces of these puppets, and it's like really, really weird. And then he gets to like I think he gets to near the door, and then a wooden hand pops up, goes on his shoulder. I'm already like kind of freaked out because it's already quite an intense scene, and all of a sudden you hear a, "You know what you are, little boy." It's like, oh my god, no! It's like I think it's Tom Hanks voicing the puppet, but it's pretty much and like there's then the camera, and then you have like then it's revealed to be like this Ebenezer Scrooge puppet.
Oh.
Close up to his face, like, you're a Scrooge, and I'm sitting there as a kid like, Jesus Christ, what is that?
That kind of reminds me of, you know, that creepily animated A Christmas Carol. That
that's
kind of
creepy.
terrified me, but I didn't like it. I hated it.
Same, guess who directed that movie?
Who?
Robert Zemeckis, same guy.
Whoa, that makes sense. The animation is very similar in the fact that I hate it and never want to watch those films again.
I actually kind of like that one, but I think that was because I watched it when I was like 16, so I wasn't like that fearful of it.
Yeah, I watched it when I was like 11, 10, I don't know. I was young.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely not the best adaptation of that story, let me tell you. And when they get to, and so that scene continues, and you see like it's established that the homeless guy is controlling it. And it's like, that doesn't make me feel any better. That's just like, you know, it doesn't make me feel any better. I don't care. There's like a puppet there, and it's like, And then like it keeps on going and going. It gets more and more intense, and like the guy like then tells him you're a downer because the boys like questioning the fact that Santa might not be real.
Yeah.
And that's what the big turmoil for that reason is. And so, and then like he keeps going, and then he calls him a downer, and then like he starts going on and on. It's really intense. Like this is something you'd expect to see in like a court drama, and then or even like some sort of like David Lynch Coen Brothers joint where someone gets really, really mad over nothing. And then like so the kids like walking out, all the other puppets are moving, it gets really more intense. I'm sitting there and I'm pretty sure I probably actually peed my pants a little bit watching that scene. If I can remember correctly. That was a really weird moment that happened after watching it. And then like it just ends, and since then I kind of had a bit of a hatred for the movie because of that scene. And I still don't like it, not only because of that. In fact, when I look back at it, I laugh because it's such a ridiculous thing to like get scared. Actually, it's a ridiculous thing to get scared by. It's a genuinely scary scene. But when you like look, but when you watch it, it's amazing how it got away with being a U movie.
Yeah,
because I can imagine other kids watching it and being absolutely terrified.
Like Watership Down is like only a PG or something, and Watership Down is like a screwed up movie.
I love that movie though. Like it's
a good movie. It's one of my faves actually.
Yeah, that is a movie.
That is a movie. Do you have some opinions on that movie or something?
No,
speak up, Kaitlyn.
I mean, like I didn't see it when I was a kid. I saw it like a year ago.
Yeah, me too.
And, and it's just like kind of weird. It just felt like someone had drugged me and then forced me to watch a film about rabbits.
That being said though, like the bit where it's like everyone's like, "Oh, it's so sad when he dies." Like I was like, it's not sad at all. It's kind of, I don't get it. Why is everyone still, like everyone around me when that scene was happening, like was crying, and I was like, it's not that bad. I mean, I've seen worse. Yeah,
it felt more, I think from what I remember, I felt more anticlimactic more than anything, because he kind of like skip over the movie. It's kind of like the animators are animating the last part where the general rabbit, the one with the screwed up eye, starts going from the dog, and like it kind of felt like one of the BBC people came in and were like, okay, listen, we gotta wrap that up, and they sort of go, and I think they're just all like, okay, John Hurt, could you narrate the ending for us, please? Okay, thanks, man, that's awesome. And so like it just sort of like just ends there, and I find it was kind of anticlimactic. I think they're remaking it. Actually.
Oh God.
Yay!
Oh, not in the,
Oh God.
not in the film sense. They're going to be. I think Netflix and BBC are going to be doing a miniseries.
Oh,
I'm actually kind of annoyed.
Like they're
That's gonna be great.
It's not going to be great. It's going to be
I was
awful.
using the sarcasm.
I know. I'm just like I'm so sick of remakes and remasters at this point. I just want something bloody new.
I watched the It remake when I was in York, and it was not as bad as I thought it would be.
I'm seeing that like real soon.
It's actually like it's decent. I mean, I think for like a newer audience who are like really annoying kids that won't watch 80s movies, I think it's good to tell a story. But it's like, I don't know, doesn't beat the original.
Yeah.
I mean,
But it's like, it's an alright movie.
yeah, I've never read the book.
Did you know that I wonder if this is suitable, but did you know that I'm just gonna just say this because it's true.
Okay, you're gonna.
Did you know what
edit.
happens at the end of? Okay. This might be a bit inappropriate, so you can edit this out. But did you know that the end of the It book is really f***ed up?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
God!
I
Wait!
did.
which actually,
I just said a sweary word.
You're
Sorry,
gonna have to edit
everyone.
the entire
Which-
thing now, Josh.
I'm
which
sorry. Oh,
actual
yeah.
ending is it? Is it like the ending of like the part with the kids, or the ending
The
of the
ending
adults?
The
is
ending
part
with the
with the
part with the
kids.
kids.
Oh,
So
is
let's
this
just
the-
say something really freaking bad happens.
Is this?
That's where I stopped reading the book. I didn't read any further, and then I've not touched the book since. I don't want to. I want to burn it.
I don't know why.
It's
Stephen
really
King
well.
thought
It's
that was
really well
okay.
written, but man, I gotta burn it. It's giving me bad
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
nightmares.
Yeah, I mean, I've started reading Desperation by Stephen King, and it's amazing. But just when you get to that part of it, just stop reading. It's over. The book is over.
The book is over.
Don't. No.
You'll float too after reading it.
Okay, so basically something really bad happens with the kids, like I think to close the dimension or something. I think that's what happens, right?
I think I remember. I think I remember like watching Cinefix's like what's the difference like
Yeah.
thing. They do like a thing where they compare a movie and a book.
Yeah.
And they talked about that, and I gotta be honest. I remember like watching it like really surprised. I won't go into it because it is quite
it's quite
bizarre. But it's screwed up but more in a bizarre league where it's like okay, well,
It's just not suitable for
yeah.
radio to talk about.
Yeah. It's,
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
it's something that involves kids, and it's really weird.
It's like doing like bad things. But
Yeah.
but in the end of in the It movie, they don't do that. They just all hold hands and like
yes.
go away.
That's good. I feel
Please
like,
go away.
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
think-
if that happened in the film,
Yeah.
it would be very, very illegal.
It'd be very very illegal.
Oh no! like,
Yes.
it'd probably get itself banned in like 5 countries. In fact,
I don't think it'd be more than
I
5. I
think
think it'd be all the
I feel
countries.
like including other planets
Yeah.
just to save the aliens.
I mean, yeah.
it'd be something.
Maybe Mars though.
Matt Damon be the only person who'd witness it. Like he
Yeah.
gets it. Well, hey, I'll turn him into the thing. How's it go? Oh no! He just goes mad after seeing it.
Yeah. I mean, I bet some people would like it if they did that, like Jared Fogle. But I don't, I don't know. He'd love it. He's in the prison cell.
He'd definitely get his Subway sandwich out like when that
I'd
happens.
definitely get a bit of a tuna and cheese melt out of that. You know what I'm saying?
So
yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing it, but I think I wouldn't mind seeing that. I think the last film I went to see recently was Mother, the new film by Darren Aronofsky.
That's good.
No, I was thinking about watching that.
Oh no! Oh no!
We'll take it. Well, here's the thing. I, as someone who saw it, oh boy, it's a movie.
Right, that makes me curious and want to watch it, but also makes me want to not watch it at
Just
all.
let me say, some people say that it has one of the most screwed up scenes in any movie ever.
Oh no, I think I can say
Well,
like there's
Someone-
I
more.
mean, there
that.
is, a Serbian film.
Sorry, yeah.
You actually watched it?
I've not watched it,
Oh.
but I have friends who've watched it, and we all know how Alex has turned out.
Yeah. You don't know who Alex is, but he's one of our friends in quotation marks who was our friend, but God.
He's an interesting fellow.
Yes, he is an interesting fellow. Let's not get into that.
Let's stop that there.
But yeah, like I think here how I see it is that if you're really into movies, like if you're like one of those people who loves films and loves to analyze them,
Yeah.
rather than going to see it for more entertainment purposes, it's fantastic. It's one of my favorite films of the year. Like honestly, it's a 5-star movie.
A lot of people are saying that.
But if you're an average audience member who wants to see Jennifer Lawrence in a horror movie, you're not gonna get that. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are scary scenes in there, but it's more like disturbing on a sort of like WTF sort of thing.
Yeah, see, that makes me want to watch it, because I'm sick of like really boring films where you just get a Hollywood actor and they're like, oh look, they're doing generic film things. Let's have that happen.
I'll tell you,
Caitlin.
Caitlin, you're definitely not going to be bored by.
You're not like take it from me. There are some
Say that.
There's some moments where it's like really slow, but that's it building up. When you get to the parts that are like really weird.
Yeah.
Without spoiling anything, because I think it's a movie that you have to see to believe.
Yeah.
It's like, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna like tell anyone, oh, you should definitely see it. But if you want to see it because of like how much you love movies, or you just want to see what people are talking about, it's certainly one of those films where you're gonna be like just.
You're going to be shocked. Yeah.
You're going to be shocked. You're going to be confused. You're probably going to laugh a little bit because, trust me, I laughed a little bit at certain parts. Not the part you're thinking of, probably. No. But so there's parts I'm just sitting there laughing, like, what's going on? This is insane. Like, it kind of felt like Aronofsky wrote this, just Trumbo style, sitting in a bathtub, probably drinking a lot of too much coffee, and just started like writing this.
Damn fine coffee. Is it damn fine coffee?
Oh, it was damn fine coffee. Apparently.
Oh, of course it was.
Like, if he made Mother, then yeah, it's damn fine coffee.
Damn fine coffee. Well, I mean, if he made Mother, it could be really bad coffee, and that's what inspired him to write.
Oh no, you're thinking of Noah.
Oh right.
Maybe it was bad coffee, but it was just super strong.
Oh
like
God,
the strongest
Noah!
coffee.
You just reminded me of Noah. Oh,
like,
God,
do you remember this?
Noah.
Like, do you remember? Like, have any of you seen the film Bruce Almighty?
No.
No, there's a scene in that movie where the guy, where like Jim Carrey drinks coffee and starts like typing away furiously at a laptop. I'm pretty sure that's how Darren Aronofsky wrote Mother. He just sort of drank so much coffee, started typing away like a madman.
It's Darren Aronofsky, because I'm guessing, because half of his films are somewhat religious. I'm guessing he's a Christian.
I don't know. Like, I think I think it's more or less like a fascination. I haven't really heard him in interviews like say that. I mean, if he is, then that's pretty cool of him, because
fine.
I'm pretty sure if he was, he'd mostly be making films with the Dove Foundation.
Yeah.
You know, so like,
at least if he is a Christian, he's probably a lot better, to say the least, than Kirk Cameron.
like,
so,
I feel the sort of films that Aronofsky makes are the sort of films that Kirk Cameron would despise. I would probably call work of the devil.
Aronofsky Saving Christmas.
That actually, you know what? Aronofsky making a Christmas movie. I actually kind of want to see that.
Yeah, that would be good. I swear there would be a lot of like gore in it. But I think if he like directed like Miracle on 34th Street, it would be really good.
Oh, it'd be like the Santa of this time around. It's a serial killer, and the kid believes he's Santa, but the killer doesn't want to kill the kid for some weird reason.
I'm sorry, just changing the subject a bit. I know this is like...
I mean, that's like a great concept. Let's maybe not talk about this so that we can make it.
Yeah. But I've got a question for you, right? How did your parents... I'm sorry, everyone who still believes in Santa who's listening to this. I hope no one is watching this. I'll put a trigger warning at the beginning. No. Santa isn't real. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry, guys.
What?
I didn't mean to break the news to you. How did your parents break the news?
My parents told me he wasn't real always. Like, they never let me think
really?
he was real.
Oh, no.
Like, they just kept the whole, miracle.
So you're a lot more
Christmas
happy. You're just
away,
a lot more happy now.
And they were just like, oh yeah, Santa was a story of an old guy who used to give presents to kids. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And I've just always thought that.
I can imagine you having like an Adam Driver childhood where you just sort of sit there calmly, no like smile or anything, just sitting there like, okay, I completely understand. Yeah, so Santa's not.
Yeah,
but
that's exactly what my entire childhood was like.
So you're pretty much like Adam Driver from the film Logan Lucky, just sitting there really surly, not doing, and just like very like him. So I'm like, I completely understand that. Like Santa's not real. Okay, cool. Listen, I'm gonna go do some stuff. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I was like, okay, my parents didn't break it to me. But I it's kind of one of those things where you're like, yeah, of course he comes with the magical present. As long as he gets me my Xbox, I'm fine. I mean, I just want my Xbox. The elves are working hard. You see them in movies and they're like, oh, the elves are working hard to make wooden toys. I'm like, where the fuck is my Xbox? No, sorry, I just said a naughty word.
Josh, you're going to be the one that has to edit.
Sorry, guys, I just said a swear word. We're going to have to say. So what I was saying was... Sorry,
Sean.
So I get like... Okay, sorry, producer Sean. I just get like... I get like, okay, so like I never got it right when we were watching Christmas movies why the elves were always making wooden toys. Who the hell wants a wooden train for Christmas? Do you want a wooden train for Christmas? Didn't think so.
I think Down syndrome kids would really appreciate it.
Oh, shut up. But, I mean, like everyone just wants Xbox.
Trains.
Me
I
too,
like trains.
I'm pretty sure my friend would probably happily sit there for 5 hours staring at this wooden train.
Yeah, but they always look like crap toys anyway.
Well, no, I mean, I have a friend who's obsessed
Where's my
with-
Xbox? Where's my Xbox, Santa? Where's my Xbox?
It probably gave making it probably gave half the elves cancer. You ever thought of that,
Yeah.
Josh?
Well, I don't care. Those elves can die. I mean, they're not even the cool elves. They're not even Lord of the Rings elves. They're just elves.
They don't do the bow and owl tricks. They just walk around skipping with their big ears.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm an elf.
I mean, they're
I'm
kind
slave
of being
labor.
enslaved.
Yeah, it's basically capitalism at its highest feet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So hang on, you're condoning both slave labor and complaining about the fact that you just want an Xbox as a
yeah,
child.
shut up. I hate
from-
capitalism, but give me my Xbox. Santa.
I can imagine you waking up Christmas, you get like maybe the most coolest thing ever, right?
Yeah.
You don't get an Xbox, you get another cool thing. You get maybe like a bicycle.
Right.
I'm not saying you're probably right. I'm just saying like, what have you got like the coolest bicycle ever?
Yeah.
It's like the perfect one.
Yeah.
3 wheels.
Three wheels.
Like, and it's like
Why would you want 3 wheels on a bicycle?
because personally
Because
I want
bikes
a
are really
bicycle.
difficult to balance with.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly. Caitlyn is very smart with that sort of subject.
I want a
Yeah.
one-wheel one, thank you, Santa.
Anyway, so you get this bicycle. It's the coolest thing ever. You're like, oh my god, this bicycle is amazing. And then you look at it, and after a few minutes of silence, a few seconds of silence, the parents are like, well, do you like it? And then all of a sudden you say, where's my Xbox, Santa?
Well, I mean, like, I don't know. I go to school with kids that are like that. A girl was complaining that her new iPhone 7 wasn't in the right color.
Oh my god.
See, right, I go to, like, the most pretentious public school.
All right.
It has, like, a mix, because it's in an area with a bunch where, like, the really rich kids buy houses and
Yeah.
stuff. And I got, like, a cheap flat there, which doesn't have a kitchen.
Oh,
So-
God. How do you make food? You
Well,
just
like,
have
no, it kind
microwaves
of
every night?
It kind of has a kitchen, but not really. It is the size of a cupboard. It was
Oh my
a cupboard.
God.
It's a renovated cupboard
Oh my
with.
I can imagine like someone like moving into a house like that, and then you have like the guy like or the person. Sorry, who
and
sells it, or like, and here, the state-of-the-art cupboard kitchen. Here, come on, try it out.
Cupboard/kitchen.
You have your small oven here. You can't fit an entire pizza in there, by the way. You can also cook your pancakes on the top. Just don't bring them up to the top. You can also, the most unique part here, you can store your clothes above it. Just don't turn on the gas.
It just
okay?
turns out that like this kitchen is just like a small, really small cupboard with like a single microwave on the floor.
Well,
He's
well,
just like,
actually,
come
fun
get your
story.
kitchen.
When we first moved in, we didn't have a working cooker,
Oh,
so
God.
we had to have microwave meals every night for about a month.
That's nice. Microwave meals are cool.
I didn't.
Not every night for a month.
No, they're not.
Didn't know you had your own house. That's kind of cool.
It's no, I mean.
Caitlin's 14 and she lives on her own.
Yes, because that's legal for a 14-year-old today.
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't mind having a sort of situation like that.
Well,
Even
You're
if,
21, Sean. You're 21.
Well, I mean, like,
I'm thinking about that sort of thing, Josh. Leave me alone.
Okay.
I live with my mum and her boyfriend and my soon-to-be born brother,
Ooh.
and it's going to be very cramped.
Can't wait to see your dad's. Is your dad doing all right? I mean, like.
No,
on
they
the
split up
pregnancy
years
must-
ago. Don't worry.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. Okay. No, oh, God. I didn't want to make this a tale about divorce. Anyway,
They
back to
weren't
existentialism.
married. Anyways, this is getting. Oh
We'll
God.
get a box of tissues. Don't worry.
Yeah, okay. Let me go get it.
I'm not even slightly emotional about
I've got
it.
some watermelon if you want that. There you go.
But yeah, it's going to be very cramped. No, thank you.
Oh, thank you. What, you just rejected my watermelon? Jesus Christ.
Sorry, Josh. I just want you to have all of your watermelon.
Okay, thank you. That's fair enough.
But yeah, we live in quite a small flat. My brother's gonna have to share a room with my mum and stuff, just so that I could go to a good school with a bunch of pretentious kids that live in mansions.
Just
Oh.
these pretentious kids, though. Do they all walk around like wearing scarves?
No, they're not the cool kind of. They're not like the film buff kind of pretentious. They're
Oh, so they're not fun.
Not the
fun.
Sean
not
type
us.
of pretentious.
They're not fun. Okay.
No, they're like pretentious, as in one of them was complaining because her parents they reduced her pocket money to £100 a week. I don't get any. I get my lunch money and whatever's left over from that. I have to budget.
I have to raid the bins while they're all sitting in their like fancy like dinners. I have to raid the bins. Are you okay back there? That's a really stupid thing to complain about. Honestly, I find kids like that kind of disgusting because they're not learning about anything.
Kind of disgusting.
Yeah, like
Piss on your
They're vile little cretin. They're not learning
on the floor.
They're not learning about.
Piss on your eyes.
They're learning nothing about like viable life lessons, other than money can solve everything.
yeah, I mean, like, there's another kid who says that when he leaves school, he's just gonna have his parents' money.
Oh,
There's
God.
another kid. No, actually, it's the same kid.
Same kid.
He in S1. We were talking about about stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, I can't wait till the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 come out, and they were like, oh. Yeah, I've already pre-ordered 4.
Why four?
Why?
Well, he needed one for his bedroom, one for his room,
Oh,
one
God.
for his living room, and one spare.
God.
I can't make this stuff up. It was amazing.
Really, sorry. I'm sorry.
I must
I'm
be honest
angry about that.
I must be honest, right? The spare one, I must admit, is kind of a good idea, but
Yeah.
at the same time, again, it's why I don't like those sort of kids. They're learning nothing valuable.
Yeah.
It kind of irritates me.
Hashtag resist capitalism. Am I right,
don't-
guys?
I don't
Viva
mean-
la revolution.
I don't mean to be one of those
Yeah.
like preachy, nearly 21-year-olds. I'm just saying, like, as someone who was raised in like, I think I'm not too good at describing classes, but I think as someone who didn't
Working
come,
class?
kind of, I didn't come from I didn't come from like a family of like, I don't know, billionaires. I came from
Middle class.
Yeah, I
Middle
came from a
class.
very,
We're all
I came
a bit
from,
middle class.
I came from a very simple middle class home, and like I was raised with those sort of like simple middle class like stuff. And
Yeah.
looking at that, it's like, man, that's like they're learning nothing valuable.
No.
I don't
It's
know,
it's like giving birth. It's like having like a disabled kid, and like it'd be a unique opportunity to make him, to raise him to be like the right, like to raise him in a good manner, to make him like stand out, and to
Yeah.
make sure that no one will mock him for it, and to make him like the most confident kid in the
Yeah.
block. And then they take him and go, oh no, but he's like a snowflake, nothing will
Yeah.
affect him.
Yeah.
We'll solve his problems. It's like, you're not solving the kid's problems, let him learn for himself.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, like the sort of kids who are like secluded and sort of like taken away and just kind of like, okay, you're the special boy. That's how Hitler happened, guys. I'm not lying to you. That is how Hitler happened.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
I mean,
I-
like, these
Look,
kids
yeah.
make me really angry because, like, I've kind of grown up, like, in a weird mix between middle and working class.
Yeah.
So it's like, I guess I'm more middle class now. But it's like, they just make me so angry because it's
Yeah.
like, I've, like, my entire family have been raised to, like, work hard for stuff.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, yeah, oops, I just dropped my £100. I'll ask for a new one. Like,
Dad, can I have £100,
Not even like
please?
been ripped or anything. It's just in the puddle, and they're like, oh no.
You could just pick it up and dry it in the sink. I don't want to. It's disgusting now.
I'm just imagining like these kids with like servants walking around in the school, and they're like, "Do my homework, Samantha."
I'm just
She's
pic-
like, "I just need a little bit more money so I can afford me get just one microwavable meal." And they're like, "Shut up."
I'm
I mean, there are
picturing-
like a couple of kids that are normal, and then it's like they're just like all of us kind of look at them and we're like, "Why are you complaining? You have like a maid and a mansion."
I
and
want your lifestyle. Why are you complaining about that?
Sean, the reason why we're all angry about it is because we all want to have four PS4s.
I think I think it's someone like my class that was similar. I don't know if it came from like a rich family or anything, but pretty much he was someone who could rub like what he would got in everyone else's face.
yeah, it's like, I mean, if you're like come from a rich family, I don't have anything against you. Just don't be like that.
Don't be arrogant, like
Just-
arrogant. Yeah.
Just don't be a jerk.
Yeah.
Don't be a jerk. I think that's like a rule for everyone. I think like if we can like
No
bring this to
matter
anyone, just
what
don't be
your
a dick
class
to people.
is, yeah.
We're getting deep now. We start off with David Lynch, but we should really get into like some like.
Well, I mean,
deep
I
things.
think David Lynch's stuff is pretty deep.
It is
so
deep, but we were talking with David Lynch about
it's
satanic
been quite an
rituals. So.
existential.
No.
Yeah, but like again, I think there should just be this common like sense of decency to people. Like if someone's like if someone's just like got problems, I think you should like help them out. Like it doesn't matter what the problems are, that you should help them out. And I feel like there's like this thing where like we're kind of losing like a bit of decency like every single time. I mean, we are progressing maybe a little bit, but like we're also taking steps back sometimes,
Yeah.
and it's really upsetting.
I think it's because of the rise of social media and the rise of like a lot of these horrible things happening, and more technology to evolve weapons and all that.
Yeah.
A lot of people are living in an age where like paranoia is sort of like running.
Yeah.
Not wild, just it's sort of like running a very like normal speed, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like everyone's going crazy. It's more there is definitely paranoia in the air.
Yeah, I mean, like, for me personally, I've noticed, like, there's a huge decline in people just being nice. Because it's like, people, like, compliment me by saying, oh, you're such a nice person. And I'm like, no, I'm a regular person.
Yeah.
You're a horrible person.
I'm human. I don't know what you are, but I'm certainly human.
Well, I mean, that's debatable, but
me and Kaitlyn can, like, vouch that I don't think we're human.
I
No.
don't think that we're kind of...
Did you come from Mars? Oh, God.
No,
No, that's that's not habitable. Don't get me on a space. No,
I came
on
from-
It's habitable,
Right?
isn't it?
No, it's not habitable.
Anyway,
right.
back
okay,
to
Josh, that
seriousness.
would cost a lot of money to make like special breathy thing. Wow.
Are you going to have your rant about me not being a nice person, a horrible person?
No, I'm now having a space rant. Okay.
Yeah, space
okay.
rant, oh
So
God.
I mean, if anything, we would. What do you mean? Oh my god! I will
I've
go
had
on,
one of these before from you, Caitlin.
I will go on to the parsec rant.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, like, I don't know, like, for me, I've had encounters with people who are really, really cool.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's like that everyone is suddenly becoming, like, there's no...
No, not everyone.
Like,
no.
I think it
You
depends.
guys are nice.
Yeah, for me, it depends on where you are. Like, Scotland, like, I think you or someone else I was talking to said that Scotland has, like, really nice people.
I don't. That's kind of like a.
I find that
that's
really
a bit.
funny
That's
'cause
a
we're
bit of a. That's a
stereotyped
bit
to
of a
be
gen.
awful.
That's a bit of a generalization. I mean, there are nice people everywhere. Actually, I just love. I just love Scotland just because it's like I don't know. I'm not like a nationalist because I think that's just a bad way of thinking. I think anyone can be nice anywhere, but I think in Scotland because a lot of people are working class and things, we've kind of got this sort of. Like, I don't know. I just think
We just all have a common understanding of each other, and
Yeah.
like we kind of are a bit more empathetic to what people are
like,
going through.
I mean, like, okay, so like, say that, for an example, like, I just hate, for example, like people who are mean to transgender people. I don't get it, right?
Yeah.
Like, just have some common decency and like
Well-
use okay, if someone came up to you, right, and was like, use these pronouns, and someone's like, no.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm
what,
just
what are you
like-
achieving there?
Personally, that's the same with people who like go as like other genders, and like
Yeah.
people get all political about that. But I'm just like, right, if it's what makes them comfortable, what's the harm?
Yeah, like
what's
if
the
they
actual harm in
like
it?
like there's this guy like Jordan B. Peterson or something, and I mean like he's a very like interesting guy. I get it, but like my problem with him is like people like him, but the only reason why they actually like him is because he's just not respecting people. I mean like what are you achieving with just going oh could you just please like refer to me as they and then going no? What are you achieving there? You're just making their life more shitty.
Yeah, and it's like
I
don't
mean,
know.
sorry, excuse my language, but you're just making
Josh
their life more
definitely
crap.
editing this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I said
I've
annoying
done
word
very
there.
well for myself today.
Yeah, but
I'm doing okay.
But again, you're just making their life crap. If you're gonna like not use their pronoun, it's just annoying.
Yeah.
and it's just like it's just not having respect for just your fellow human. You know?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Like, for me, I'm just like, I don't care as long as you're a nice person.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use whatever pronouns you want.
Yeah.
I think I can sort of like relate to that. Like, for me, it's more like again, I've been living here for like years, so I don't really like have a. It's never really negatively affected me. I mean, sure, I bump into a couple of people who are really terrible, who are not that cool, but for the most part, I've met like a lot of people who who are really, really cool, and like I even had conversations with some strangers sometimes, and they're really nice to listen to and all that sort of stuff, and
Right.
just it's more like again. Depending on which place you go to or where you're from, it can differ. Like there, like maybe like I think in England it's very, very like as someone who went there for a little bit, it was very, very weird.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't think you can like generalize with that people. I think when you go into cities, people are going to be a lot more of like nasty people because they're
I
just
went
kind
to
of
York last weekend, and the people were very nice. It's just like they would just like walk.
not all
through-
people in York. Though.
I know.
Hashtag
but-
not all.
But,
Hashtag
but
not
they
all
just
York.
like walk through you and not apologize. And I'm me, so I'd be like, "Oh, sorry for getting in your way," and they just like glare at me, and it's like, "What did I do
Let's
wrong?"
look at you in disgust, like you're in my way, girl. Oof, get out the way.
It's like-
Guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to interrupt this, but I just need to pause the podcast for a sec.
Mm-hmm.
We'll keep recording, but there seems to be someone ringing at the door,
There does.
and I'm worried that he's like he wants in. He wants in.
I didn't hear.
So we're just gonna take like a 10-second break. It'll cut to us not having a break now, but I'm just gonna go check the door. 1 second.
All All right. So yeah, let's. So I think on one of the agendas on our thing was that we had autism in there, and I think
Yeah.
that'd be quite interesting to talk about. So Kaitlyn, you're autistic.
Yes, I have Asperger's. So I'm not like that autistic, but I am a little bit.
So you're a Sheldon Cooper.
Oh my god.
I'm joking.
Oh, God.
I'll get to that. We'll get to that. That was actually one of the things I want to talk to you about because, like,
That pains me.
oh, trust me, like, it annoys me too.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
that-
like, people just, like, even if they don't know, because I think, like, only really you and my other close friends actually know. Because I don't
Yeah,
really
I think
tell
it's-
people, but a lot of people are like, they'll just come up to me and they're like, oh, you act like Sheldon Cooper. And I'm just like, oh.
language. I think actually Josh told me about that. I was like, oh really? Well, it looks like I need to like try, well, not comfort, just be like, well, looks like I need to try like relate.
Yeah.
Like be like down with the kids. Hey, guess what? I'm also got the autism. Like it's more high functioning autism.
Yeah.
So
It's like, I don't know, I feel like there's that mutual thing between high functioning people where it's like, yeah, I understand you.
yeah, like reading about it, like I think there's minor differences. Like I think people with autism have like a high functioning autism have like a range. I think I read they have a range of like interests and all that.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, obviously, you will probably display quite different symptoms, like everyone does, but I don't know, there's still like, yeah.
So back to the Sheldon Cooper thing. Yeah, trust me, I hate that. I think.
Oh God, yeah.
it's-
Hello, I'm back.
No, we're talking about the fact that, because, you know, me and Sean both have the autism.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Right. It's like,
I don't know
We
why I
both-
said hooray.
Hooray!
gotta
Like-
lighten the mood.
Yeah.
Like some people hate having it. Trust me, it's not bad having.
Yeah.
There's worse things you could probably have than like something
Yeah,
that
like
makes you.
AIDS.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
There's
again,
work-
it's not a disease.
Yeah.
Autism, it can be actually a good thing for you, and
Yeah,
I think so. That's why, like, I hate people. Like, what's that place called? Like,
Autism Speaks.
Autism Speaks, yeah.
Right, okay.
Oh,
I've
you're
just
aware,
got
you're
a-
aware of this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. I've got a thing to just share with you all. For like my forced upon me religious studies class,
Yeah.
we've basically got to make a thing about a charity. I'm thinking of either making an animation or poster instead of like most people are like promoting a charity, just going, please don't support them. Please just don't support
Yeah.
them. They're awful.
Yeah, I wasn't made aware of them until I think you sent me.
Yeah,
a link.
I
think
sent you a link to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I read some of their like stuff, and I gotta be honest, I don't think I would support them.
They're like the most messed up charity. They got like a mother to sit down with her little girl and talk about how she was like planning on doing a murder suicide.
Jesus Christ!
What?
Yeah, with her.
Are you kidding me?
No, they actually did this. It got
my
taken
God.
down by them because they were like, "Oh, this was probably a little bit morally wrong."
That's
Yeah.
that's another thing.
That's
I do.
more than screwed up.
Yeah,
that's
it's
that,
like
that's
horrible.
that's horrible. Yeah,
Man, that's like for me. I generally hate stuff like that. Mostly
Yeah.
because for me, not only like I was raised like the same way as my brother and sister. My mum tells me the story like whenever told me the story when I first asked her about like my autism and all that. She raised me the same as my sister and my brother because there's a lot of parents out there who whenever they have an autistic child, they treat them like they're special or like they have some sort of issue.
Yeah.
And like for me, it took me a good couple of years to sort of like not take control of it, to sort of like know that I have it and to know that I'm aware of like my symptoms and my like irrationals and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't find out until like a little while ago.
Yeah.
So it's like, but I've just kind of like with that sort of thing and with like other stuff that I have, I've just always found a way of getting around it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think I found it when I was 12, and I remember like being really curious. And I think at first I thought it was like some sort of disease. and then
well, Autism Speaks thinks that.
yeah, I think he would have been the perfect charity for when I was younger. So yeah, I really find stuff like that really disgusting. Like
Yeah, it is disgusting.
Like I've not only that, but there was a Louis Theroux documentary that I watched ages ago, which was called Tough Love or Extreme Love, Autism or something.
Oh,
like that.
I've seen that.
And there are parents in there that angered the hell out of me because they treated their kids like they were like accidents.
Yeah.
Like not like they saw it on camera, they looked at them and all that. It was how they were talking about it. like they were a burden to them, and it's completely horrible to listen to.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, I've seen that a lot with documentaries and stuff, and it's like, I have another friend who's also autistic. His name's Timmy, and he's great if he's listening.
Such
Timmy.
a great guy.
He's
He's such a great guy. He Snapchatted me the other day, and I was like, dude, Timmy, you're the nicest guy, and I've never spoken to you
He's
before.
like the nicest person ever, and we sometimes just watch documentaries about that sort of thing. He's interested in psychology.
We're hipsters that way.
So it's like we've just like seen a bunch of documentaries before where it's just like people talking about their kids as if they were like horrible accidents and such a burden on their life, and it's like, no, I think you're the one that's kind of more burdening the child.
Mean, imagine if the kid heard it. I mean, he might not understand what they're saying.
If they're like when they're older, they're probably gonna find it somehow.
Yeah,
and be like, wow, thanks.
It will scar them for like years. Like if they hear that sort of thing, it will scar them and make them like, you know. And when I hear like stories of like, or read stories about like people saying there should be a cure for it, or there should be some sort of like quarantine, or like vaccines are causing it, or the worst part, like the whole like, you know, I want to kill myself and my child because of
Jesus
it.
Christ.
I find that sort of stuff. Not only reprehensible but absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh god,
Because as an autistic person, I mean, I'm living up to be 21. That's insane. And like wife and like that wasn't only because like, you know, it's just I just find that stuff disgusting because like it's not a good representation. Like
I mean, it's like, I don't know, for me, since I guess I'm like, for anyone who is high functioning that can just kind of get by pretty well, it's just like really kind of personally offensive because it's like, hey, look at me, I can exist.
Like don't get me wrong, I do feel bad for like kids with like general autism, like the lower functioning ones. I do feel bad for them, but I think like hell, it's still offending them when you say that sort of stuff.
It's like even ones who are really like struggling with it and stuff like that, it's like, but even if they don't really entirely understand what you're saying, that's horrible.
Yeah, like maybe in their minds, like maybe like we underestimate them, and in their minds are like mad that they are saying horrible stuff about me. I wish I could just get up and beat the crap out of them right now. And I just find that stuff rather, like, again, it's reprehensible. That's what I think that sort of stuff is, and it's just, it just angers me. And especially when you have like people who go about who have like betrayals of autism. Like you have again Sheldon Cooper, who, by the way, Chuck Lorre even confirmed that Cooper is not autistic.
I never thought he was autistic because, like, when autistic characters are being portrayed, they're either portrayed like Sheldon Cooper, or if you guys have ever seen, like, this is a good representation, the film X plus Y or the TV show Atypical. Those portray autistic characters in really...
Like Community. Have you ever seen Community?
I haven't seen Community.
Community has a character called Abed, who I think they didn't elaborate on it. They kind of leave it like kind of a mystery, but you could tell he has either some form of Asperger's or some form of like high-functioning autism.
It's also quite good when they do that and they just don't make a thing out of it.
Yeah.
It's like...
Oh God, I'm sorry, Sean. I don't mean to cut you off, but... Can I just have a little rant about Sheldon Cooper?
Yeah,
Can we all just go around in a circle and have our own rants?
And then we'll finish the podcast because we've got to finish it quite soon because there's someone. The reason why I left is because there's someone out there who's got like a class in here at like 7, so she has to use this part.
All right. Well, before we continue, I think, and I know it's not our autism thing, but Rain Man, I think, has a really good representation.
I've not actually seen that.
It's really good. Like, it's not like our forms of autism, but it is like it's it was like the first film where people looked at it in a whole new light and are like, okay, this isn't so bad. This is actually quite great. Well, charming, I guess. But it is really well done. Like Dustin Hoffman, like honestly, it's amazing why he became that character and all that sort of stuff. But
and also if you are anyone that's listening looking for like good films or TV shows that are more about autism, X plus Y and Atypical are amazing.
And Community, mostly for the character Abed, who again, do check it out because Abed's character is phenomenal. He's like my favorite character of that
also
show.
Check out Community in general because it's just such a good show.
It's good.
So anyway, back to a terrible sitcom.
Cooper.
Yes.
Yeah, God. Look, okay, can I go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
My problem with Sheldon Cooper, my biggest problem with Sheldon Cooper is that he is widely accepted as, he's the autism guy, right? But what I hate about it is he's just like portrayed as this like sexist kind of like horrible guy, really. And it's kind of like, dude, that's not how autistic people act. I'm sorry, you just need you don't understand. And when people say, oh, like he's the autistic one, ha ha ha, it's like, No, I'm sorry. That's not what they're going for. And people are like, oh, but it is. No, they're not. They literally, like, when they first read it, he was just like supposed to be like a pervy weirdo. But like they obviously scrapped that. But you know, oh God, The Big Bang Theory in general is just awful. Like, I'm sorry, Raj's character, and like I think it's like one of the later seasons, like is just portrayed as like, oh, silly, he has 2 girlfriends. Oh no, he's not going to tell either of them. And then he doesn't really get his comeuppance. And it's like, dude, you're not writing characters well. And I just hate the way that they portray nerd culture as well. It's just really bad. And anyway, yeah, that's my rant about Big Bang Theory, because we need to get... Sorry, I'm doing it really quickly because we've got to get the show done really quickly.
We'll talk more about it afterwards.
Yeah. We might do another one of these.
Big Bang Theory I thought was okay when it first started. I never intensely watched it, like from beginning to end. I thought it was okay. Like, for a show that represents nerd culture from when it first started, it's quite a good representation. But as it went on and on, like I think for some reason, Sheldon Cooper became this sort of icon for people with autism. And I got to be honest, I think there was a point where I think I looked at it and scoffed because I think, okay, that's weird. But then like now looking about it and thinking, also learning that Chuck Lorre wrote him as a non-autistic person, it's a terrible representation of an autistic person. There's no offense to Jim Parsons. I think the guy is a massively talented actor.
He's a great actor.
But the fact that he's stuck, now going to be identified forever as that character, is horrible. Like, it's terrible. And the fact that the character even exists, well, maybe that's a bit too much, but I just don't like the character's representation, because you're going to probably have people like who don't know much about autism who look at that and go, oh man, so the autistic guy at my workplace or at my school is like that. And it's like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Like,
I actually have like a really kind of, not to interrupt you or anything, but I've like a really, like a story that's just like really angered me and made me hate humanity ever since.
1 second. Okay, how long is the story, Kaitlyn? Because we've got to end it quite quickly.
Short. Okay, so basically, we were doing filmmaking in my media studies class, and we were planning on making a horror film. And someone said, "Hey, you know how autistic people don't have feelings? We can make it about him, about one of those people killing them." And I just. Like, I didn't say that I had it explicitly because I don't talk to people at my school. So I just was kind of like, okay, everyone shut up. Yes, they do. You're an idiot. And went on a huge rant. And we ended up making a bad horror film either way. So,
like after they're like, oh cool, okay, like don't get me wrong, I kind of find I don't think that doesn't really anger me. That just makes me laugh, because that's just like it makes me laugh because like this I find the ridiculous of the stupidity of it rather adorable rather than like I mean, rage inducing.
No, it's like because it's funny when like I'm telling the story, but like when you were actually there and they were saying that with all seriousness.
Oh, if it's like with genuine, if it was like with po-faced seriousness, then
he genuinely thought autistic people don't have emotions and they don't feel empathy.
He's mixing up autism and sociopaths.
He is. So a lot of people seem to do that. Please don't.
So does this mean that film theory is now going to like make a theory that Christian Bale's performance in American Psycho was like autistic? New theory. Patrick Bateman in American Psycho. In American Psycho, Patrick Bateman's autistic. What? And sorry, one more. In The Shining, Jack Torrance is autistic. What?
The hotel gives him autism like vaccines. I bet it's a reference to vaccines.
Vaccines, the movie, directed by some guy, and that some guy made American Psycho.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, I'm sorry, everyone. I really, really, like, genuinely, this is the best chemistry I've had with a podcast ever.
Yeah. Handsome Cat, you're out.
Yeah, he was in our other podcast.
You're fired.
But if you want to check us out, you can go check out the Virtually Brain Dead podcast.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. But if you want to check out any of our stuff, you can always go to Dalry.
We have a YouTube channel called Dalry Film Club.
Yeah, we make movies. Kaitlyn's not normally in them; she's filming them most of the time.
Yeah,
fantastic filming, by the way.
Fantastic filming.
I sometimes edit too, but not very well.
I edit too, and maybe not very well, but I take pride in my editing skills.
I just want to note that I'm having to edit a film using a drawing tablet right now, and it pains me.
Yeah,
I've been doing about 10 minutes of it every day before, like, I can't do it.
Why do you have to do it without?
Right, okay, I don't have a mouse at the moment because I left it at my grand's.
Yeah,
and I normally go to hers every weekend, so I would have had it like at the weekend that just happened.
Yeah.
Except no, I had to go to York for some reason, so I don't get it. Anyways.
Yeah, I do editing
wrap up
too.
Sorry, do we have to wrap this up?
Yeah, okay. I've got what you got. Also, if you want to check out any of our personal stuff, I've done stuff with my friend Callum, which I edited, Jalen Productions, or you can check out my YouTube channel, Joshua Bison, Bisson, and you can also check out Kaitlyn's
follow me on
animation.
Twitter and YouTube. My name is Artifacts. I do bad art and bad animation. Follow me.
I do nothing.
Yeah, he does nothing. We might do this as a podcast together sometime, because I do think this is
I
a
would
good
love
mix.
this, yeah.
This is good.
But anyway, thank you
We're
for
coming for you, double toasted.
Yeah, double toasted. We're coming for you.
We're coming for you.
And thank you for watching. Listening? Yeah, listening.
Yeah, listening,
Thank you for
Josh.
listening.
Listening.
And should we just say goodbye from me, goodbye from Kaitlyn, goodbye from Sean, and David Lynch, do you want to end us out from here?
Oh, there he is. Move out of the way, Sonny Jim. Yes, I want to say thank you for listening to this podcast. It was extraordinary. I was listening to you while I was on my way to the Scottish Monument. It's a very nice building. I will see you all in another place.
Oh God, he just disappeared again.
Very
anyway,
elegant.
like that, we're going to disappear now. Thank you for listening.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.